None.
Burnt orange, sunburnt. I don't know what you want to
Right.
say. Who loves orange soda? Cowboys don't. Because look,
You look at the title and got mad.
because I actually went and I looked at my notes. I got a picture of somebody right here in my notes, and I looked over as soon as I scrolled down. But if you don't know, the Cowboys lost 44-24. Some people, if you don't know the saying, they say your mama say the same thing that make you laugh will make you cry. Just last week, Cowboys put up 44, 144-22. And if you fast forward a week later, the same thing got put up on them in almost similar fashion.
Yeah.
Almost similar fashion. A lot of
But they
turnovers.
found a quarterback. Go ahead.
A lot of turnovers, a lot of things just going crazy. Your starting quarterback was there.
He was there. I was like, dang, my man was there.
Some
They
about
got hurt.
Jaden Daniels and not playing the second half in Dallas, but we ain't gonna talk about that because he got hurt on this one. But I'm just saying, I can still take some shots, man. That's all. But Joe, you
That's funny.
asked right there. You said, "Are the Cowboys done with no trade?" Joe, the Cowboys defense this season 29.4, ranked 30th. Total yards 401.6. Did you know Dobbins was averaging almost like 7.3 or almost 8 yards a carry in that game?
Dang.
I think the NFL says if you can average 8 yards passing, that's a good game. And they was doing that on the ground. Anyway, last. I don't even need to read the yards. I'm just saying passing yards per game. Last. Opponent third down percentage. Last. Defense is just last in everything. When you ask me, do the Cowboys need, are they done if they don't make a trade? I think the Cowboys right now are in a mental state of, for those out there that are listening, if you're in a relationship, you've been in a relationship for almost like 6 years, right? You know, you're gonna have your ups, your downs, but then let's say your wifey, your girlfriend want to get engaged, and you at the point where it's like, yeah, it's 6 years, but I don't really know if I want to do it. But she looking at you like, hey, bro, every time y'all go out to Thanksgiving dinner, y'all go out with the family, you know, y'all around people that got rings. She's like, oh, that's nice. That's looking nice over there. You know, you just keep saying the grass ain't green on the other side, and you just like, you know, we got 6 years of credibility. You don't know what's going on in their locker room or their house. Sometimes you just might want to put a camera in their house to see if it's better. Because this defense, boy, I don't know what Eberflus was doing with the coach, but he was good there. Eberflus was good as a linebacker coach, but he had to get fired from the Bears for a reason. I came on here 2 weeks ago and said I'm going to give you 3 reasons why he shouldn't get fired. The only trade the Cowboys need to make is with coordinators. Trade the coordinator. I know they do in the NBA all the time. If you could trade coordinators for those picks, I'm with you, Joe. But other than that, there's nothing that I think the Cowboys can do outside of what I put on X earlier. I'm going to go
Mm.
find
Okay, what was that?
the
Okay.
Giants put that they are trying to say they said Kayvon Thibodeau name may be thrown out there. The
What?
Miami Dolphins said that Jalen Phillips, one of their pass rushers, right? So I told the Cowboys if they go get Thibodeau, go get Logan Wilson, a middle linebacker from the Bengals, and go sign Justin Simmons. That's three players on every level that could potentially help this defense show some heart. Because at this point, the pass rush is not where it needs to be. We got a rookie that's getting pressure, but he's not getting home. We traded for Kenny Clark, but I feel bad for Kenny Clark because Jerry put so much pressure on him to be a run stuffer, like he the next Warren Sapp, when Kenny was just like, bruh, I was preparing to play in Green Bay. I didn't ask for this. The Cowboys paid Oso Odigizua in the all season. It's looking bad. I
Mm-hmm.
think every word about Jerry's all season about paying players and not showing up is coming to fruition. We don't know what's going on with Trayvon Diggs. They say he got a concussion. They say he's now on IR because of the concussion. Again, speculation is. So the secondary is shot. Going up against the Bengals, our secondary was already injured, riddled. Then we lost the safety in the game. So it was just like, you already know what's going to happen there. The linebackers that we have, I don't know, Joe. I really don't know. So they could try to make a trade to make something happen. But I think either way, the same thing I said about y'all defense with this one is I don't know. And I don't know the player that they could bring in right now that would turn the ship. The ultimate goal, well, I do know the player that could turn the ship, but they won't go do it. is you go get a Miles Garrett.
Mm.
You go get
Nah.
a Miles Garrett, that changes everything because now you finally got somebody that can replace the Micah that you got rid of, who's 10 times better than Micah as far as pass rushing. Now, Micah's a factor, but when you talk about Miles Garrett versus Micah, you talking about an actual DN versus a linebacker who's playing DN.
Now I'm gonna ask you a question before I get my 2 cents.
Let's get it.
Do you think it was a mistake now that you got traded, Micah?
No,
You don't? Do you think that Jerry? You don't think Jerry should have just paid him?
I don't think you should have given him $41 million. No, I think with Micah being here at that rate would have only hurt things even more because now the defense would have we probably would have won one more game, but Micah can't play in the secondary. And then you would have been thinking about the off season when you have a George Pickens. So Joe, imagine this offense playing the way it's playing, and now in the off season, you're like, how y'all gonna sign George Pickens? Where the money gonna come from? Because you can't have Micah at 40, Dak at almost 70. I think it's 60 or $70 million cap hit next year because of his contract. And you got CD at 30. You gonna pay George Pickens at 30 as well. Now you don't have a team. Then we gonna be out here like Jamar Chase.
I understand that because paying you don't want to pay Micah for this year. Pay Micah the contract he's asking for only to be relevant this year. Yeah, relevant, but you know what I'm saying, like to make a Super Bowl run this year because it won't guarantee it. But having a pass rusher helps the secondary too. This adds Bradbury. But what's funny? What's funny though? Like Jerry's, we need to be better in the run defense. 3 years ago, y'all was 16th in run defense. 2022. 2023, y'all was. This is yards. When I look at run defense, I don't look at yards per game. I look at yards per attempt. I think
That's where it really matters.
yeah, that's why I never really look at yards per game. So 16th in yards per attempt in 2022. 2023, 16th in yards per attempt. Last year, y'all were 28th, and this year, y'all 25th. So it's like, yes, you got Kenny Clark and you address it. Now, if he's talking about the future, like next year, we should be better because we got Kenny Clark and we can add to what we already have right now. But he was talking about right now. Like, y'all better right now. Technically, y'all are, because y'all was 28 last year, y'all 25th now. So technically, y'all better, but it's not much of a difference. Like he said, like, I think our game helped y'all a lot because we were one dimensional. So y'all had to like key in on a run. But it is what it is. So I don't know what trade is out there. It has to be something like you said. It has to be trades with a plural to it. I don't think one pass rusher y'all bring over can just change everything unless it's a Miles Garrett or something like that. But is Jerry willing to give up a lot of assets? Y'all gonna have to give up a whole bunch of assets for Miles Garrett, who just got paid also, who's older than Micah. So if y'all would have traded for Miles Garrett, it wouldn't even make sense. Because you have Micah, who's younger than Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett about to turn 30. So go ahead.
I'm gonna help you make it make sense, Joe.
Okay.
Miles Garrett don't do a podcast. No, stop. Let me stop.
He's good in the run and pass though.
Miles Garrett is an actual DN, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at the defense now, what's happening is we have players. We don't have the talent across the board, but we have players that can benefit off of one-on-ones right now, and that's what Michael would have helped at. But again, to have a Miles Garrett again, it's a conflicting battle because people say you had Micah in the building, you should have just did this. But again, the relationship just soured. Like I don't think even if he would have signed, he would have been happy. Like to me, I don't think so. It would have been a lot of cryptic tweets and podcasts about what's going on in the locker room, kind of like what he's doing now, talking about Trayvon situation with you in Green Bay. I don't get it, but that's nonetheless right. You bring Miles Garrett in, who's disgruntled, who's kind of almost in a similar situation where he like, I wanted to leave, but they ended up finding a contract. Miles Garrett wanted to be in Dallas. You bring him in now with a situation where the offense is prolific, right? During the offseason, we didn't know, we had inklings that this offense would be this good, but we didn't know it was going to be as good as it is. So now it's like, we kind of did mess up, but we see the product on the field and we see what Miles Garrett can add to this situation. So you go get him. and you make it happen. Don't go get. I mean, I threw out Kayvon Thibodeau, but that would help future wise. Myles Garrett would also help future wise because, like you said, he just signed a contract. I don't know how that would help the Browns because I think you got to have dead cap there. But the
No,
Browns don't
I
even know
think
what.
the trade is different.
Okay, but the Browns don't even know what they want to do with their quarterbacks. So just trade us Miles. We give y'all like Jalen. We give y'all some wide receivers. I know y'all need some wide receivers. We'll send y'all Dante Fowler. He might be better out there. I don't know, but like, there's a lot of people in the room that you can get rid of. And with the picks, look at the Packers. Do you think the Packers going to be drafting in the top 15?
Mm-mm.
The way they ball? I mean, you can throw out the first round pick if you don't want to give them a first round this year. You got first round next year. You got picks that you can throw out there. Go make the run. See if you can make this thing shake. Because just like you said in the first segment, Joe, once you get in the dance, anything's possible.
Anything? Anything? All right, let's get it.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
I mean, look, they got
Right
until
there on the
what
wing
before?
fourth, I think.
Yep, they got until the fourth. So let's see. But if you were up on the East Coast, 2 a.m. maybe. I don't know. I had to go to sleep. I was fighting. I don't know. I didn't know who was going to win this game. We got